Have you ever stopped to think about what it truly means to love your neighbor as yourself? It sounds simple enough, but when we look deeper, it becomes clear that this command goes far beyond simply being nice or treating others with respect. This command is calling us to see every human being as a reflection of God. It's a call to honor the divine image in each of us. When Yeshua, known today as Jesus, said, "Love your neighbor as yourself," he wasn't giving us a surface-level rule. He was inviting us to a deeper way of living, one that transforms how we see ourselves and others. But here's the truth. You cannot fully love your neighbor if you don't first love yourself. Think about it. How can you give something to someone else that you don't possess within yourself? If you're carrying around self-doubt, shame, or a lack of self-worth, that's what ends up spilling over into your relationships. Loving yourself isn't about pride or selfishness. It's about understanding and embracing the truth that you too are a child of God, created with purpose, value, and worth. God doesn't make mistakes. To love yourself is to recognize that you are fearfully and wonderfully made in His image. When you understand that, you can begin to extend that same love outward. Loving yourself is a journey. It means asking yourself, do I show myself the same compassion I extend to others? Am I patient with my own mistakes? Do I forgive myself? Self-love is an act of gratitude to God. He created you with unique gifts and qualities, and honoring yourself is a way of honoring Him. This kind of self-love leads to better choices. It means caring for your mental, emotional, and spiritual health, but it also includes caring for your physical well-being. If you truly understand that your body is the temple of God, then taking care of it by nourishing it, resting, and staying healthy isn't just an act of self-love. It's an act of loving God. Your body houses the spirit He's given you, and honoring it is a way of respecting the gift of life. When you treat yourself with this kind of holistic care, you become better equipped to offer that same kindness and respect to others. Now, here's where it gets powerful. Once you genuinely love yourself, you can begin to look at others through that same lens. You start to see that just as God's presence is within you, it's within every person you encounter. Imagine if we truly saw each person we met as a vessel carrying a piece of the divine. One way to do this is through empathy. Empathy is putting ourselves in another's shoes, feeling their emotions as if they were our own. It's an act of love that goes beyond simple kindness. It requires patience, understanding, and a willingness to connect deeply with others. When we empathize with others, we're not just tolerating them or sympathizing from a distance. We're meeting them with compassion, even in their struggles, as we would want to be met ourselves. Imagine, too, if everyone loved their neighbors as themselves. If we all lived this command, the other commandments wouldn't even need to take effect. Because when you genuinely love and respect your neighbor as yourself, you wouldn't steal, you wouldn't lie, you wouldn't harm or covet. Living with love fulfills every other command. This is where loving your neighbor takes on a profound significance. It means seeing the light of God in others, even when it's hard, even when they're different from you, even when they're difficult to understand, because that divine presence exists within them, just as it does within you. That's the call to love, recognizing that everyone, no matter their background, beliefs, or flaws, carries that divine worth. Here's an important point. Loving others, accepting them, and showing kindness doesn't mean compromising your beliefs or values. In fact, they each serve unique roles. Love is about seeing and valuing the inherent worth of every person, desiring what's best for them, and treating them with respect, even if you disagree with their choices. It's a commitment to care deeply without needing to agree on everything. Acceptance means recognizing someone for who they are, including their strengths and flaws, without needing to endorse every choice they make. It respects their autonomy while still holding to your own beliefs. Kindness is the way we treat others, regardless of differences. It's about compassion and gentleness, not conformity. You can be kind and respectful without agreeing or endorsing every action. Loving others doesn't mean you need to conform to everything they do or approve of all their choices. You can hold to your values firmly while still respecting and caring for others. This is the balance, showing respect, seeing God's image within them, but also maintaining the boundaries of your own beliefs. Loving others, then, becomes more than just an act of kindness. It becomes an act of worship. When we treat others with respect, compassion, and love, we're honoring God's image within them. We're living out the example of Yeshua, known today as Jesus, who walked this earth, showing us how to love with a heart open to all. It's as if loving others becomes a mirror. By loving our neighbor, we reflect God's love back to him, and we grow in our own understanding of his love for us. When we give from a place of true self-love, we give freely, generously, and authentically. So let's return to the command, love your neighbor as yourself. It's not just a rule, it's an invitation to go within, to recognize our own worth, to treat ourselves with love and respect, and then to turn that love outward. Remember, love for others and love for oneself are two sides of the same coin. When we understand our worth, we naturally offer that same grace and love to others. So let's make it our goal to see God in ourselves and in others. Let's live out that divine love every day.